Hi everyone, great to see you again. This is Song. Let me ask you a question. If you've got married, I'm wondering if you remember the reason you chose to get married. Or what do you think the purpose of marriage is? My point is this: we dream of marriage. Then, what for do we get married? Perhaps this is a kind of question that we are not usually asked. Then, why don't we intentionally try to answer this question? Many of us might just answer like this. Hmm, I just loved him so much. He loved me too. So at some point, we decided to get married. Yeah, it's a beautiful story. We get married for love. We do not choose a college for love. We never choose a career for love. However, we do choose our marital life for love. This is truly amazing. The thing is, because we get married for love, naturally we expect love from our marital life. Originally, it must work in this way. I married her for love, so I have to love her, no matter what happens. However, we are more like self interested. So our expectation of love works exactly in the opposite way. I married her for love, but why isn't she loving me? If you are a wife, you might think like this: I married him to be loved, but he's doing nothing for me. Yeah, this is the reason our marital life is not really happy. But I want you to recognize here a very important point. The purpose of marriage is not happiness. What? I got married to be happy, but the purpose of my marriage is not happiness? What are you talking about? Then what on earth is the reason we have to get married? You might be wondering. Please listen to me. I'm not saying that there is no happiness in marriage, but I'm saying happiness is not the purpose of marriage. Rather, happiness is just the result of marriage. If we pursue happiness in our marriage, ironically, we'll never be happy. The husband expects his wife must do something to make him happy, while his wife says he's doing nothing to make her happy. Then how can this marriage be happy? There is a grand purpose in marriage, but this purpose is not really philosophical or religious. Rather, it is more like practical. The thing is, when we focus on this grand and practical purpose, as a result, our marital life will be happy. Then, what is the grand and practical purpose of marriage? It is to bear children and to raise them in a family. The heaven is looking for a place from the earth to send little children. Then it finally finds a wonderful place, a family, a husband and wife. That's a very cozy and warm spot. The best cradle for a baby. Yes, one of the important reasons family exists is for the next generation. And the starting point of a family is marriage. When a husband and a wife have a child, they learn love through sacrificing their lives. We cannot say raising children is always easy stuff. However, men and women who have become parents no longer pursue their own happiness. Rather, they voluntarily give up their own happiness for those who are weaker than them, their children. And that's the very point that the couple finds their happiness. It is a mystery. True love and happiness come from sacrifice. In my family, I have 6 children. My wife and I nearly have no time to pursue our own happiness. The youngest is a toddler. Every day, almost everything we do is for our children. We hardly have our own life. Then are my wife and I happy? Yes, we experience utmost happiness because of our children. Every moment, there are laughter, gratitude, excitement in my family. Of course, there are also labors, pains, and struggles. What I can tell you is all of these things are part of pure happiness of my family. Do you think you have a problem with your spouse? Why don't you stop trying to make yourself happy? Let us not forget that marriage and family are originally for children and raising them in the right way. If you go back to this original purpose of marriage, I believe you'll surely taste true and deep happiness in your marital life. Thank you. God bless you.